this time, Robbie. Robbie, tell me your rating of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh my gosh, I have to start. I've been I even right now I'm kind of just in between a few. So I'm going to give it a 4.25. I don't think it's a great movie. I think there are a lot of great things in it. I think there's a lot of things that it struggled with, especially pacing wise, and then just like me and Mark had talked about this already, but like the repercussions in this movie seemed off. There's just things here and there that really make you go, huh, that was an odd choice. But there's still so much good. There's still a lot of really good building in this movie. So in no means did I not enjoy it. And also the 4.25 is in no way, shape, or form a hate on the Chadwick Boseman love that they showed in this movie. If it was just that, if we just had like a tribute movie or a 10-minute tribute just to Chadwick Boseman, I mean, then it would be 6 out of 6. Like there's some great stuff that they do trying to navigate around that. I don't know what you call it, that situation with Chadwick Boseman passing away. It was a very difficult job. So I think a 4.25 is where I'm sitting. And I think even a 4.25 I would consider a success for what they had to try to do in this movie, dealing with real life things with Chadwick Boseman passing away. I think it was a very difficult task for Ryan Coogler. So I think a 4.25 is still okay. Um, but obviously a lot of people I think have very strong opinions on how good this movie was. And a lot of those opinions seem to be emotionally driven. But
Yes,
yeah.
I would agree.
So
I would agree with
it's a
that. Yep.
but it is a solid movie, but I don't think it's as good as what a lot of people are saying on the internet.
All right. Mark, we're going to go to you because you and Robbie apparently have had some dialogue beforehand. So let's go ahead and transition you.
I'm gonna give it an even 4 out of 6.
Okay.
I also
Okay, side note, for those that have never listened to this show, Mark always rates things a little inflated, in my opinion. So this is like, for me, I got to process the fact that you just gave something below a 4.5. This is very excited to hear more about this. Go ahead. Sorry.
I definitely feel like they're like what Robbie said, like how consequences just like weren't really like thought out well with
Hmm.
some situations where like people get killed and everyone like at the end of the day is like, oh, let's go make some chicken, we're fine.
Hmm.
Literally is what happens in
Yeah.
one scene to the next.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I thought it was too dang long. Like I've never thought I would ever say that about a Marvel movie being too long. And I don't know if I just had a long day. It was late. I get tired now because I'm a father and I'm sleepy when it's midnight.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's it.
But I'm literally watching this like, why do we have so much freaking dialogue?
Yeah.
Like go over the stuff when it could be like just snap it up. And I enjoyed and I cared about the tributes. I thought the opening to this movie, where it was just all Chadwick Boseman scenes,
Oh yeah.
with like that marble flip, I was like,
The Marvel
Chef's kiss,
scrawl,
Coogler.
the
Do
scroll
it,
thing.
was the movie like? Did it look stunning? Absolutely. Did what they did with Namor as an antagonist? Chef's kiss. I loved it.
Hmm.
I wanted more Namor, but the story they told with Shuri, I'm just like, I'm done. And I don't know if that's just like I just didn't.
Can you
Want
tell
it
me
to
more?
be.
Get into the nitty gritty here. Tell me why you're done. Tell me what you mean by you're done.
I just don't like the actress. I think that's what I really came down to. It's just like I just don't like her delivery as Shuri, and just like, and then kind of how they like, just like soft tossed in some of like the bits and pieces, and especially with
Ironheart.
no, I liked Ironheart. I like what she did.
Really? Okay.
It was just like the main plot. What they did with Shuri is like I just wasn't a fan,
Hmm.
and like I don't like how they made M'Baku kind of just like a Drax for this group of people, and it's like at the end of my day, it's like I wanted M'Baku to be the Black Panther, which then might how they kind of set it up at the end. It's like maybe he becomes the evil guy eventually, so we finally get that happening. Because doesn't he become like isn't his actual like villain name the Black Ape or something like that? So like that might actually happen down the
Manape.
line. Manape. Thank you. So maybe that's what we're setting up. I just like when she got killed at the end or when she got stabbed, I was like, this is amazing. What are they gonna do here? I really thought like they're just making this. They're just taking out everyone in this family. We're just gonna get a brand new slate of people. That's what I really
You're
thought
right,
was
right,
gonna
right.
happen. And then they end it with like this mid-credit scene again, where it's like it doesn't really advance the whole story. It's just like here's another character that we have to now care about. That
Oh wow.
I just man.
Wow, you guys are right. I am way not with you at all.
And
You guys were absolutely right.
Didn't
I
think
was
you
not
were
with you
going
in
to
the
be,
slightest.
to be honest.
No,
and
you
the
guys are
storyline
absolutely
they
right.
had with Madam Hydra
Sure.
and Martin what's his name? The other guy.
Martin Freeman,
guy,
Martin Freeman's character, Ross.
No, like
yeah.
they're like side
Completely
story stuff.
useless.
It's like yeah, it seemed
Yes,
useless.
the
A lot of it
you're speaking to the marriage storyline. That was like,
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, sure.
And exactly, it's like they were married. Like, obviously, she has a lot of pull to do stuff. She's clearly listening to people. So, like, is that the setup that she's going to be the villain? Like, for
we'll talk
Thunderbolts or
about
something?
her a little bit later. I want to.
Yeah.
We're gonna dive and how we break things down on this show is we. Yeah.
I told my beautiful wife Kelly, because I didn't go with her because I was with the boys this weekend. We went to I was in the cities, and I told her, and it's like, you can go to the movie, but I will stay home with our child, and you can make it a U day, because I don't think I could stand sitting or sit in the theater another 2 hours and 40 minutes again to watch it. I said this. I think I said this to you guys. I enjoyed Internals more in the theater.
You did say that.
Ooh,
you did
Mark,
say that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I would put this about at the same level as Eternals. Yeah. I think I have Eternals at a 4.
And I left the theater for Eternals enjoying that. So I don't
sure.
know if
you're not bad mouthing Eternals. You're saying
I don't want to say I'm bad mouthing Black Panther 2. I'm not one of those guys that are just like, or trolls on the internet that just like just hate it just outright.
Right.
But,
sure.
And like you said, like take my rating with a grain of salt, because usually everything Marvel I love.
I'm very shocked at your I'm more shocked at your rating than Robbie's rating. Robbie's rating is par for the course for Robbie.
And I'll end it like this.
What does that mean?
Black Panther 2 Phase 4 is what Captain Marvel was for Phase 3 for me.
Okay, first of all, watch your mouth.
Story.
Watch your mouth, okay?
We got introduced.
No,
we got introduced two new characters, and that's all that matters to the whole story.
All right.
This is better than it's better than Captain Marvel.
Right.
I mean,
you two have had your moment.
It's better than Captain Marvel. But that doesn't take much. That's one of the worst.
It is not in my here's what I'll say.
I would agree with that. It is better than Captain Marvel by
Here's what I'll say. Okay, here we go.
It's a bad movie.
I will speak to. Can I go now? Can I go? I've let you guys.
Little 6-year-old chat.
Can I talk? Can I talk? Can I talk? I thought this was America.
Listen up, 14-year-old Black Panther 6-year-old.
Oh man.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman's son is supposed to be 6, and the dude looks like he's 10.
He's like 10 or about to go get his permit. Like, what is happening?
He's Robbie's son.
That was terrible.
No, it wasn't.
No,
that was not. It was great, and I'm going to defend it. So here we go. I'm going to go. This is going to be
is when Shuri goes into the astral plane. Loved that.
We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about all this. Let me talk. Just shut up. Okay, here we go.
Next. Go on.
I disagree on a couple points, but I actually do agree on some points. So, here's where I'll start, and I think all three of us agree.
What's your rating? Give us a rating.
I'm going to give my rating at the end, but I'm going to answer. I want to speak to some things first. No, Black Panther 1 is better than better than Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why that's like crazy to say right now. I know Soups in particular, a TikTok star, is getting a lot of heat for saying that, because I think, Robbie, I think you hit this on the head. This is an emotionally charged movie, and to attack it with the slightest bit of any issues it feels, I think, charged to people. I think you both, I'll be interested to kind of break down a little more of what you're talking about with some of your nitty gritty things, but I'm hearing some things that I'm like, no, I think I if that is your interpretation of that, I can walk away understanding why you think that. So I would start there. I don't think either of you are being ridiculous there. I do think Black Panther 1's better, and I think we all agree on that. I think the Shuri's storyline worked for me very much so. And I actually have a couple of comparisons I'll make that to defend my point, because I was a little worried about that argument coming in on this show with you two. The Namor was tremendous. Namor was chef's kiss. There's still, to me, I'm still processing it. Killmonger is like one of the best villains in the history of the MCU. Namor is either right there or not that far behind, in my opinion. So I think Ryan Coogler just in general knows how to write a great villain, and that's where
Well,
I'm really impressed by him.
Did you hear? I know you sent. Did you send us that thing where all the movie inspirations that
Yes,
he?
I was gonna
And all
say
of those
those.
were like villain centric.
Yep,
Like
Yeah.
all the things. So Coogler in an interview talked about all these movies that he felt inspiration from, and they're all 90s major villain movies. So you got like Jurassic Park with the scale of the dinosaurs. You've got Terminator 2 with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the shifting I forget the robot's name, but you guys get the understanding. And it's just he's such a fascinating director to me. And I want to talk about him real quick because Robbie, I think you nailed this too. I think this movie is a success regardless of what people think. The fact that Coogler pulled this thing off,
Yeah.
with the grace, yes, it's campy, but like it actually
not,
to me felt like no, I'm following your story. I like it. I
and
was
not
very impressed.
and not recasting the role, which
Not recasting.
Yeah.
I still to this day think they should have done it. I hold to that.
I agree with that.
Really?
Too.
You and I have held to that.
I think
See, I
Mark
don't,
and I have said
I
that
don't,
for a
yeah,
long time.
I don't agree with that at all. I don't think you can. I think recasting that would have been even more of a hill to climb.
What about James Bond? Do you think that should have been just Sean Connery until he died?
No, that's totally different.
That's different. How is it different?
Yes, because this is a
fictional character
linear
played by James-
storyline that keeps going that we've had going.
So they shouldn't have
James
Rhodey
Bond's not a
after
linear
Terrence-
storyline.
So we shouldn't. So Rhodey shouldn't have been recast as Don Cheadle when Terrence Howard
Rhodey's
did-
Rhodey. Who
did-
cares?
Rhodey doesn't have the
so check
culture.
him
No,
out.
Not even
that
close.
argument doesn't count because Rhodey didn't
Not
have the
even close.
cultural impact that
we
Chadwick
should-
Boseman.
No
did.
one-
Then having
you
Harrison
okay?
Ford come in for
If RDJ would have passed away, you would have replaced him. Someone
course, you get Tom Cruise-
would
Tom
have
Cruise
replaced RDJ.
the studios wanted Tom Cruise to play him. So if he would have passed away, know what the studios would have done? Call up Tommy Cruise, and Tommy Cruise is our new fucking Iron
In
Man.
the
I'm
end-
sorry.